because we did a lot of things last weekend. We're going to talk about the event we have coming up this Thursday, which involves some of the things over that table. We're going to talk about the ESW banquet, which, if you don't know already, is like Imaginary Tea, but small, and at the end of this semester. And better.
It's a lot of pressure.
There's food.
That's that. And then we're going to talk about how ESW elections work, and then we're going to have ESW elections. Yay! Okay, so first of all, we had a murder mystery party on Friday between CL and ESW. It was a lot of fun. It was the maid. Spoilers.
Wait, you forgot the best part. I was the only one who figured it out.
That's true. Bree figured it out. She was playing the cop.
Well, you were the cop. Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly. All right. The big thing that we did last weekend, that some of us are still recovering from, is the Peace Village Build Day. Lainey, do you want to mention something about that?
Yeah, sure. So we had like probably a total of 10 people come out and work tirelessly until like basically 9-10 p.m. Starting at 10 a.m. So literally all day digging this hole. It was really awesome. Everyone was very into it and upbeat about it. And we dug the hole, constructed the table that's going to go around the pole and have the plywood all set. We're just holding off on actually pouring the concrete. We have some better means of doing that. Yeah, there were a lot of rocks in there. So yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, something that's perspective-wise, if anybody here has ever played Minecraft, that is one Minecraft block, and it took us a day. So yeah. Unrealistic expectations in video games. All right. Kira, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so Thursday we do this pretty much every semester. Once it starts getting cold, we give away hot cocoa and coffee to encourage people to use a reusable mug, which, as a matter of fact, now we have our own with our logo on it. So people can, if they forget a mug or something, they can buy them for $5. We're gonna have swipe option, cash option, or we also have the store on campus groups open. So if you guys want to buy a mug, you can do that already. So we also need help volunteering. So this is from 10 to 2. I didn't put the time on there. It's from 10 to 2 in the Infinity Quad on Thursday. So there's half-hour time slots to sign up for. I'll have the sign-up sheet open at the end of the meeting, but stop by, rotate out because it gets kind of chilly sometimes.
And this email already went out, right?
Yes. So there should be information in the email that Morgan sent yesterday. So
Can we buy mugs today too?
yes. And on that note too, so the banquet. So last year each year is focusing on a environmental theme that has associated issues. So well, this is an end of year wrap up for us to congratulate everyone on their projects, mini formal event for us. It's also an educational opportunity to bring together a bunch of speakers, share our projects, and also see other projects from different parts of campus, the community, and different professionals. So the event starts with the Project Expo. We're adding a speaker panel this year because the theme of sustainable agriculture is huge. So to address that, we have a lot of speakers lined up from various levels of professional fields to ones that are very root-based. So we have some farmers, people working in industry, technology-based farming. So it should be a really well-rounded event. If you are working on a project or a project leader, please register for the event. If you go to our website, there should also be a link in the newsletter. We also have information there. So you can buy tickets, which open up this Thursday. They're being sold from November 1st through November 16th. So limited seats, get your tickets, share with your friends to buy tickets, and register for the Project Expo if you have a project or know someone who has a project. So, any other things I'm forgetting on that?
Yeah, Registration is $5 off for ESW members.
Yes.
So, is that?
Oops.
This is our second time doing this event, so I do encourage you to go and network and enjoy it, because it's also a reward for you. Sorry.
All right, let's just do it from the list. Oh, there we go. Okay, so just to give a refresher to anybody who has been here before, or to explain it to the person who are new. How ESW elections work, basically we will have a scale on each of the people who are running. You vote number 1 for the person you want to be in the position the most, number 2 for the person you want second, third, whatever. It's a way to make sure that the person who most people tolerate gets elected and not the person who some people hate and some people love. It's just tradition, so that's what we're gonna do. So polls are gonna close tomorrow night, and they will be closed shortly after. If you're attending this meeting, I do encourage you to vote today. Though please wait until after the presentations are given. If there's a tie, which is unlikely, the current e-board will step in and say, you are good. Sorry. That probably won't happen. The results will be announced tomorrow night. Any questions? Bring.
I am super busy from exactly this time after this meeting ends until all day tomorrow. So what time does voting close tomorrow?
8 p.m.
Yep, voting closes tomorrow at 8 p.m. I do not recommend waiting until 8 p.m. to cast your vote. So 59?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, that's it. So just, who wants to get started?
That's how you're doing it?
All right, Sebastian.
I'll go first.
Does anybody have a presentation? Okay.
Did we have a list of nominees and what they're running for?
Nope. Sebastian, sit down for a second.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
I was actually gonna raise my hand and ask who was running.
Thanks everybody for hanging in there.
Behind the scenes.
So this is a little sneak peek into e-board.
Your name is Emily, right?
No, it's Erica.
Erica, I'm sorry, Erica.
Well, I think Emily is running for that one too, though. She's just not here.
What? Well, really not.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
So, as I said before, these are the people who are. So let's have Sebastian.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Clark. Okay, there's no avoiding it. I'm running for the position of Internal Relations Officer. This role requires organizing social events, helping our club brand itself, helps the Public Relations Officer with some of their duties, and correlates our chapter with the HQ team. This is something that I've been doing all fall semester. I've been part of ESW's e-board since the beginning of last spring. I was the vice president. Other experience I've had is I did about a year of co-op with GE Aviation, doing systems, services, a lot of like process improvement kind of stuff. So I'm familiar with working with a team, taking like a dynamic, adaptive approach to problem solving. And I think if you vote for me, I will continue working hard as an internal relations officer. I'm also an HQ member as the International Development Coordinator. So I'm already part of their communication bubble, so I can continue to maintain a strong bridge between our groups. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, Dave.
How many ESW convocations can you name? It's a sequential order.
Sequential order. Okay, this one will be in El Paso. The last one was in Atlanta. The one before that was it, I want to say like Buffalo? Purdue? RPI? San Diego. Berkeley.
You missed one.
No? Oh, man.
Well, I know one has been held in San Diego. I know one has been held in Berkeley.
Which one was it?
Austin.
I know ours was,
So,
oh, that's right,
Atlanta,
Austin was
Austin,
one.
Berkeley.
One was also in, oh shoot, I just had it.
Where's that?
Yeah.
No, it was here, dude. We
Oh,
talked
that
about
was
this
the one I
last
was
week.
thinking of. When I was but a wee freshman, the ESW Con was here.
Alright.
Any other questions about why I might be qualified for this? Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about like the difference between IR and PR and why like IR fits you?
So the difference between IR and PR is there was one second.
What's PR?
PR is public relations and IR is internal relations. So the main difference would be how does ESW relate to outside stakeholders such as RIT and customers and the rest of the Rochester community, while IR is more our internal members, member retention, and also within the ESW community, so HQ, fellow chapters. And so managing different groups, because branding and communication is a lot of work for one person, so we have two people to do it now. Yeah. Thank you. Did you have an, oh no. you
Yeah, I have
had
another
that
question.
Alright.
I have another question.
Yes.
What is your favorite sport and why is it ultimate frisbee?
My favorite sport is probably soccer, and why is ultimate frisbee is because you're playing soccer. Yes.
Hold on, I have a list of questions written down, and this, I shouldn't have volunteered my laptop. Give me a second.
I like lists. No, we're good. Don't look at them though.
She also has the answers.
You can't see what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I remember my question.
Are you going to be capable of balancing your position on e-board with your position in HQ as well as other activities that you're involved in on campus?
That's a good question. I'll admit that this semester it's been a challenge balancing all the different sort of roles. Just on top of being heavily involved with projects, HQ, and chapter leadership, including being a student. It's certainly a lot. I think through this semester, I'm developing a better sort of balance of the different responsibilities. But as far as I know how to drop the ball. So, but yeah, I acknowledge that challenge. And I have confidence that I can manage it. Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Elena Celeste. I'm a fourth year Mechie. I am running more towards for the position of treasurer. I think my skills align better with that, and I think I'd have a bigger impact with that than internal relations. But I've been involved with ESW since my freshman year, doing a semester-long project every semester I've been here. And this semester I'm the project lead for the solar installation project. And the reason why I'm running for treasurer is because I want to be more involved with ESW. It's had a huge impact on my lifestyle choices and career path. And I want to be able to provide, a positive impact on you guys like ESW has had on me since my freshman year. I think I took that first step, becoming project leader for this solar installation project, and I want to continue to do that. But I really see myself hopefully taking on an e-board position and then continuing in e-board until I graduate would be the goal. Because I see the positive impact that e-board is having on its members right now, and I want to be a part of that. And as project leader right now, I am starting to see some of the responsibilities I would have as treasurer with filling out the expense approval forms and everything that goes into that. And talking to Alex about like those sort of responsibilities I would have. And yeah, I mean, I'm a quick learner and definitely want to be involved. So that's why I'm running. Does anybody have Gabe?
How much hazing is allowed in ESW?
None. That's part of it's in the Constitution. And it should be just like, in general, you know. Yes, Gabe,
How much fun is allowed in ESW?
all of it. Gabe.
How many people went to the conference last year?
6, I believe, was how many was able to be sent. And that's part of, it sounds like that would be like a lot of for next semester in terms of what the treasurer would have to do. I mean, making the budget proposal and then also the like fundraising and getting money ready to send people to conference. Because I've actually never been to conference, so I'm really hoping to go this year and I want to be able to have a part in helping to send people go, so. Gabe, no?
I mean, I got more if you want more.
Sebastian.
What about ESW drives you forward?
I had always been interested in sustainability since high school, but it was kind of more of a I don't think this is the right analogy. Like I was kind of just talking the talk, but not walking the walk. Like I was like, yeah, of course I like that, but I don't know what to do about it. And since like the very first semester being here and getting involved with the wind turbine project, like just being thrown into a project and being able to see that all the way through. And as a freshman, I think that was really empowering to instantly be wrapped up in this group of people that are all like-minded and care about the environment and like wanting to apply what we're learning in class to like actually do something cool with our hands. I think it's like the most rewarding thing that you can do in college right now. So great.
What sort of changes or improvements would you like to see in ESW just generally?
That's a good question. It hasn't really been something that I've like outside of like little things. I'd have to think about that. Changes I would want to see. I like from what we were talking about in our project leader meetings, making resources available to everyone, or at least to project leaders, in terms of project management, which I think has come a really long way. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. This is the first time I've been a project manager, so maybe these tools have always been there. But in terms of the resources for project leaders to stay on track and different tools to help, decision making and things like that. Just got a lot nicer. Oh, dang it. Yes, making resources available, continuing to open partnerships with people that can give us donations and offer like professional help. I think we're getting to the point where we can make bigger and more long-lasting projects, which is really exciting. And what goes along with that is getting more resources and more professional advice to support those projects. So I think we're kind of leading the way for that as well. And I mean, sending more people to conference, I think that's always like something that we can work on. And that goes along with opening up these partnerships and getting sponsorships and things like that. Great.
One more question.
Yeah.
You said like this is kind of like the first step you want to take into like an e-board position. Do you kind of see like the next steps for you as far as if you get this position as treasurer now, what you see yourself doing next year?
Yeah, so one of the things, and this is probably a selfish reason that I want to be on e-board, but I want to be able to see like what you guys are doing now, because I know you're all graduating and I feel like you're setting a really great path forward for ESW for our chapter. So what I really want to do is like see what you guys are doing, learn from you guys, and hopefully take that with this next generation of e-board members, And yeah, I'd like to continue being more and more involved, more responsibilities with positions. But we gotta take the first step first, so that's why I'm running. Hannah.
What is your favorite?
My favorite carnivore. I've like been obsessed with sharks since I was really little. I think they're really cool. I made a whole book about them and like a composition notebook. Yeah, they're just like really incredible and beautiful and kind of misunderstood and also terrifying. Like I will admit I am really scared, but I've been told that there's like no reason to be, you know, in certain circumstances. So, but yeah, sharks. Short answer. All right. Yeah.
Trying to do something?
So, do you want to just run for treasurer, or do you want to run some other positions?
I would like to specifically run for treasurer. That was my intention.
Okay, Sebastian's not running on phones.
Yeah, so like,
Okay.
yeah, I think I'd be a better fit for treasurer than internal relations. Yeah,
Okay, are you sure?
yeah.
Okay.
Putting all my
Also,
eggs in one basket.
Is that your final answer?
Hit the buzzer. Yeah, I'm just running for treasurer.
next up is Lainey.
That was the worst speech for internal relations ever.
Okay, Erica.
She's a lot more qualified. I'm unvoting for I wouldn't even vote for myself now. No, this is my first semester. I'm like super unqualified, and she like gave a really good speech, and so yeah, I'm voting for her or maybe Colin, whoever he is, or I don't know who that is.
Whether you think you're unqualified or not, it's still good to
Someone
give it a shot.
nominated you.
And
Give
also,
me a hand.
having a young e-board is really valuable because other people on e-board are going to help you learn along the way, and it sets a good founding reason. Like, it means you can stay with e-board a long time, theoretically. Yeah, like, you do a good job. So
Worst case, you just.
I got on the e-board my freshman year.
Yeah, so.
we won't tear you apart too bad. Have confidence on
Because
it.
they're
Very
basketball.
There we go. Hello, I'm Erica Moore. I'm a first year chemical engineer. Wait, if it's steady. Okay, there you go. I'm short enough for this. Stop blinding me now, but I can't see anymore. Okay, let's see. I'm good with numbers, and that's about my only qualification. And apparently you make a lot of lists, and I enjoy making lists, like of the stuff that has to be done. Yeah, that's about it. Yes,
So
Bree?
you're a chemical engineer?
Yeah.
Can you tell us why you think that's valuable to have a chemical engineer on our senior club?
Sorry, what was that? I got distracted.
That's good. Can you tell us why someone like you being a chemical engineer is gonna add value?
Let's see. I've heard like from when I was touring colleges this past like 2 years that chemical engineers are sometimes considered like a communicator engineer almost because they have to learn a little bit of all the different backgrounds. And then when I was at Northeastern, they were like, yeah, you can go into finance with this. I'm not sure about other degrees. I was specifically at chemical engineering ones. Maybe it's that for other engineering degrees as well. I don't know, but like, yeah, so there we go. Got like a universal stuff. Yes, I've learned your name is Gabe.
You said you're good with numbers, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta use you.
Oh no, don't do basic math. Not basic math. All the other numbers besides basic math.
Which one is bigger?
Oh, okay.
A megawatt of solar power
Oh, jeez.
or a megawatt of wind power?
Maybe equivalent?
Solar power.
Light is heavier than air, so.
You said bigger, not more. A megawatt of wind is a single wind turbine.
I don't have the answer.
Well, it's a megawatt of like power from different sources, so I would assume they're equivalent.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Dave's just trying to study for an exam right
Can you tell us about a leadership position that you were in the past? Let's see. Present.
Okay. When I was in swim, the seniors were all captains and lane leaders. So you just kind of help the underclassmen understand what the practice was, keep everyone on track on the right times, doing the right amount, just like keep everyone in order, not causing absolute chaos. Yeah, there's that. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Sarah, what do you think of ESW so far?
I very much so enjoy it, and I would love to stay involved in this club my entire time here.
Correct.
Do you just like tell us what project you're on and like what you're doing?
I'm on the mobile water fill unit. And so right now we have the bill of materials finalized, is it now? It's like pretty much finalized. And then we'll order and build stuff, so, yeah. Sebastian.
From your perspective, how could you see ESW growing from where we are now? Like, is there some aspect of ESW that you think would be a benefit in the future that we could develop?
Well, I haven't been here enough to like see the full reaches of it. So I don't really know all the extent of what you do now. So it's kind of hard to figure out where you could expand on since I don't even know the limits right now. So yeah, I don't know, like maybe you could kind of support more sustainable products like reusable baggies, like you're doing with the reusable mugs, like do that with baggies as well. Maybe like have a snack in there to make it more enticing to purchase, like do something like that. Like
We don't have a snack in there.
no, I'm saying reusable baggies. Like I have one here. I'm gonna go grab it and show everyone. I have a reusable baggie.
I'm curious.
I mean,
See, they're so pretty. They're silicone. You can use them, and so they're just like nice and reusable. So it's much better for the environment. It's also more cost effective because you're not constantly buying disposable baggies.
It's better than Tupperware too.
No, but like kind of. I've been told I'm very good at talking about things and convincing people to buy them. Stuff like that. Like I don't know. Like maybe just like advertising for like things like this, like trying to sell stuff like this on campus as well. Because I know people who just continually use a lot of plastic bags. I'm like, they can't even be recycled. So like maybe you could expand with that.
Sweet.
Maybe make it a bit of a fundraiser as well. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Oh, you're up.
Yeah, truly, I didn't know.
Wait, Lane, you have to go up too. I only gave you my IR.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm Colin. I'm a first year computer science major. And while I'm new, I feel like I have a lot of experience that can be beneficial to the club. So last year I was president of the robotics club, secretary of National Honor Society, and the project manager for our capstone engineering project. And all the roles I think I have experience that will help. As president of the robotics, I help manage the 501c3. So that's a non-for-profit, so I'm very familiar with having to go through all the forms and the process you have to go through to actually get a check from a sponsor and actually safely put it into the bank without being sued by the government. As secretary of the National Honor Society, I got a lot of leadership experience. We had about 400 members in total, and we led everything from the blood drive to the Relay for Life. So in that role, it is my job to make sure everyone communicated properly and that I got the information out and everyone knew about it. So I feel like that skill set will be very important here when I'm communicating with potential sponsors and also determining who can be sent to the conference later. As project manager for EDD, I also work with a lot of companies actually with the sponsorship. So GE was one of our biggest sponsors, so I had to communicate a lot back and forth with GE engineers as well as Microsoft engineers. And I feel like that communication aspect will be very important later down the road when we're trying to get more sponsors in. In addition to that, I have 2 years of work experience working at leading 2 projects. And I feel like that leadership will also come in handy down the road as well. Beyond that, I joined ESW because I took an engineering course last year, engineering for sustainable world. And I found that very interesting and I really want to do more about it, not just learn about it, but actually have a positive impact, so join the club. And I'd really like to continue working with this club and developing in this club and hopefully see it grow in the future.
Awesome. If you had to make your house be any shape, what would it be and why?
That's a difficult one. See, I like curvy, wavy houses that like catch the air. I love like having the windows open and having breeze come through. I don't like.
Like an S on the ground.
Wavy.
Did you put the information on the passive?
How do you think, you being a CS major, that will add benefit to your club?
So I don't think, is there any other computer science majors? Or
On the e-board or in the club?
just in the club? I'm
Yeah.
just curious. Because I don't see too many computer science course students in the engineering majors, engineering clubs, and I think that's kind of a bit of a downside because we have a slightly different perspective on problem solving in general. So I think our problem solving, the mindset that comes with computer science and the problem solving is a good resource to have on the e-board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know when the club asks for funds from the club office during the year?
That's not, I don't even know.
No. Well, I mean,
I do now.
Take a random stab at it, maybe? You don't have to have a specific date.
so
I'll give you like
Is
plus or minus 2 months.
well, does it count when we're doing like, what is it, like the Tiger Donation Day in which
Aurora Day? That's not it. No.
Rest in peace,
no,
Roy.
that was my best guess.
Think about it logically, use your problem solving.
On the spot.
I would guess like around August or September,
Why is that?
beginning of the school year.
Beginning of school year? April.
Okay.
Before the school year starts.
It's a
That
real
makes
fun
sense.
form.
Once you do it twice, it's like.
Any other questions?
What, like, if this wasn't a role that you received, what do you see your, kind of trajectory of like your next semester involvement if you were on the board?
I'd definitely like to go into a project manager role. I really have enjoyed working through the project right now, and I'd like to expand and grow personally, but also see if I can add more to the club that way. So probably try for a project manager role.
Is anyone else running for treasurer?
Do you want to run, Gabe?
So since Chris is occupied, so the poll is live, so be sure to fill that out. President. Did you want to close the meeting?
Okay.
Delaney, I thought you were running for treasurer.
Yeah, I thought you had more questions.
I'm gonna put myself back into both positions.
Okay.
Just to see what happens.
Okay.
I thought you were running for treasurer.
Totally didn't just
Do you want me to
change.
join?
Okay, yeah, get back up here, we're not done.
So after some consideration, I'm putting my name in both positions for internal relations or treasurer. And you guys can decide if you decide to vote for me at all, which you think I'd be a better fit for. I will say that I was leaning more towards treasurer just because, like I said before, I thought my skills would be a better fit for that position. But I'm up for a challenge. Like I said, I think I'm a quick learner, and I think I could pull on from what Sebastian has been doing this semester, and make some modifications and do internal relations in the spring as well. That sounded really hodgepodge. Yeah.
What changed your mind?
a little birdie poked me on the shoulder. Yeah, I mean, but really, I mean, I guess it's kind of a smart move to make. You shouldn't really close a door, without seeing what would happen. So, yeah. Gabe.
Who were our sponsors last year? Who were our sponsors last
I know Bendix was one of them, and quite frankly, there were like 4 or 5 others. And I know it's on the site, but I can't remember what the other ones are, I'll be honest.
One was CED Green Tech, and the others were
Okay.
like grants stuff.
Oh, not quite.
Well, I
Okay.
think the other few she's thinking of were from this year.
Oh, okay, that's correct, but yeah, because I know there's sponsors and then, was it affiliate or
Mhm.
it can be a step down from a sponsor, so that's what I was thinking of, yeah. Gabe?
Right. How much are project grants worth from PSW each year?
5. My first guess was gonna be 2,000, I think it's closer to like 5,000. $5,000.
What power of 10?
5 powered at 3. 5 times 10 to 30. Try again. To the 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 5,000 would be nice. I thought if I just said that, then that became law.
It would be.
That's a person keyboard, right? Yeah. Gabe.
Who has been your favorite project leader of all time in PSW?
They're both in the room right now. Okay, so.
One of them can vote for you.
No, Gabe, I thought you were really great, like, as, like, that being my first project with the windmill.
You don't
or the wind turbine. No, really, I thought it was a super cool project, and, like, I appreciated how much faith you, put in me, and then put the greenhouse as well, to assemble that. And Sebastian's just, like, super fun to hang out with, and, like, is able to, I think, motivate people really well. So with whatever we ended up doing, I think I had a lot of fun with that, so, yeah. Sebastian?
Did you know you don't have to be an e-board member to attend e-board meetings?
Yes, but there's no voting power, so, I mean, it's good to step in, but I also have class when you guys have meetings right now, so.
Excuses.
Any other questions? Is everyone thoroughly confused with what I'm doing now? Chris?
How was your day?
Yeah, it's good. Like, yeah, kind of more like a, yeah.
Question to other people, do you know that we have open e-board meetings?
No, Kira, what are they?
We meet Monday and Wednesday from 12 to 1 in GIS. I don't know.
And
Twelve,
officially
21,
from
40.
2 to 5. Wow.
We have a whole class to ourselves, and it's really nice.
Is that for senior design?
Yeah.
Man. Has this been recording the whole time? Is that what
Yep.
Yeah, I started something I forgot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just get something signed for my name, sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Alright.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm not bankrupt yet, so it's okay.
So thank you all for being politically active, at least within this realm. Probably another realm. I don't know.
This election's gonna suck.
Remember to vote here and elsewhere. And that's the whole meeting. But we have lots of donuts, so like feel free to stay and chat. And like two whole more minutes until we're kicked out. So
No, yeah.
How many minutes is that?
it depends on who it is.
So Chris, yeah.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Oh,
No, thank you.
sign up to help for the Thermos Thursday.
I took Lainey off of the IR poll and then had to add her back on.
Yeah, I saw
when she
that.
Came back. Okay.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. I wasn't sure if I should do